All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday night portion of week number 8. As normal, we start off with a non-win program, which will be the Midgets here during Season 3A. As we take a quick look at the leaderboard, Austin Medea leads over Chris Forsyth, Mark Spittlemeister, Corey Kerstetter, Falcon Smith, and Brian Gunderson. 6 drivers checked in for racing action tonight. I will ask at this time that you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, real quick here, we go ahead and take a look at the midget points. And you will see Austin Medea leads over Ian Humphreys, Falcon Smith. 4th is Matt Mateer. 5th, Corey Kerstetter. 6th is Chris Forsyth. 7th, Bobby Everton. 8th, Brian Gunderson. 9th, Gavin Chatham. 10th, Brody Brown. 11th, Mark Spittlemeister. And 12th, Robbie Milburn. As we come back to the racing action, we got just under 2 minutes left to go in practice here. Again, 6 drivers registered for racing action tonight. Your 6 drivers that are registered are the 019 of Corey Kerstetter driving that 25 Buzzballs Toyota. The 20 of Austin Medea. The 34 of Falcon Smith. The 051 of Mark Spittlemeister, the 80 of Brian Gunderson, and the 225 of Chris Forsyth. Again, Medea leads Chris Forsyth and Falcon Smith. Mark Spittlemeister 4th, Corey Kerstetter 5th, and Brian Gunderson 6th. Your top 5 all within 0.3 of a second of each other. They attempt to track down and figure out a way to beat that 20 of Austin Medea, as he has been unstoppable in the midgets so far this season. If you have not already done so, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the Thunder Racing League racing action live as we bring it to you. Go ahead and comment. I do have the comments up. So if I can take my eyes away from the racing action, I will respond to you. as we go ahead and wrap up practice here. Again, 6 drivers. That will be one 8-lap heat race tonight, followed by a 20-lap pavement. As we go ahead and get ready to start qualifying, each driver will have 2 laps. Waiting for a driver to light up that they're on track. Still not showing any drivers coming out on track as of yet. Now we have the 019 of Corey Kerstetter coming out to make his 2-time laps. Guessing that drivers meeting carried over a little bit. Something I noticed in practice. Listen to these cars as they come down this front straightaway. As Corey a little bit out of shape coming out of turn number 4. Letting it rip into 1 and 2. Lets it slide up, coming out of 2 just a little bit. Letting it rip down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. Again, taking a bit of a diamond line. Much straighter coming out of turn number 4 that time. Lap number 1, a 21.221, 21.221 for lap number 1 for Corey Kerstetter. Here's Brian Gunderson putting in a 21.425. We watch Kerstetter work through 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. This lap looks better. And it is. It's a 21.044, 21.044 for Corey Kerstetter. Now we watch Falcon Smith out here. Coming to take the green flag. Way up in the fluff in turn 1. Cuts it down into turn 2, down the back straightaway. Working through 3 and 4. Looks a lot better through 3 and 4 than he did 1 and 2. Keeping it straight off of the turn. Now Chris Forsyth with quick time at a 20.873. Smith ran a 21.818 on lap number 1. Going through 1 and 2, it looked better that time. 3 and 4, about the way it looked last time. Austin Medea now quick time with a 25.85. Falcon Smith quicker, moving him to 3rd with a 21.025. As we watch Medea come down to get lap number 2. He's quicker, a 25.29, 20.529 for Austin Medea. Only driver that has not taken a time yet is the 051 of Mark Spittelmeister. So your top 5 right now are Austin Medea, Chris Forsyth, Falcon Smith, Corey Kerstetter, and Brian Gunderson. Again, we are waiting on the 051 of Mark Spittelmeister to take a time. Got about a minute and a half left here in qualifying for him to do so. As we have about a minute left here in qualifying, I would like to bring out that we did have a major announcement today. It is for the 2nd annual Thunder Racing League Chili Bowl. That will be January 21st. It will be a free entry, first come, first serve lobby. And probably one of the coolest trophies I've ever seen on iRacing. It is a poster that will be taken to the actual Chili Bowl the week prior to our race. and be autographed by as many drivers as I can get to sign it. Last year, I believe there were pretty close to 200 signatures on the poster. Some of the big names from last year. Well, we'll go ahead and get into that a little bit later as we go ahead and wrap up qualifying. Mark Spittelmeister not taking a time. As we go ahead, start getting ready to line them up for your feature action. Starting on the inside of the front row, that is the 20 of Austin Medea. To his outside, the driver out of Texas, that is the 225 of Chris Forsyth. Inside row number 3 will be the 34 of Falcon Smith, with the 019 of Corey Kerstetter to his outside. Inside row number 3, the final row, that is the 80 of Brian Gunderson, with the 051 of Mark Spittelmeister rounding out the field. As they go ahead and get these cars fired off, they are hard to get going from a dead stop. So it's going to take a little bit to get these guys caught back up, but we will get the 1 to green this time by. As here comes row number 2 and row number 3. They're all going to be good and bunched up, coming through 3 and 4 this time. They get the 1 to go symbol as they come by the flag stand. Lights around the facility go out. Chet Christner calls these the 4 cylinders of Fury, and they are quick little cars, that is for sure, especially for just having 4-cylinder engines in them, making almost 400 horsepower. As the pace truck gets ready to dive off in turn number 3, there he goes. The race is now in control from Medea, and Medea says it's hammer time. Off to a decent lead, starting this heat race out. The battle, though, is for this 3rd spot as the 019 Kerstetter looking to get a good run on the high side of the 34 of Smith. Smith slides Kerstetter a little bit. Kerstetter rolls out of it, dives down low. It's almost 3 wide for this 3rd spot. Oh, Smith into the wall. That drops him all the way back to 6th. Kerstetter running 3rd. As here comes the 051 around the 80 of Gunderson. As now the 80 and the 34 continue to battle it out for not last, but Spittelmeister has a slip of the grip. Smith checks up to avoid getting into it. That allows the 80 of Gunderson to get by. As now here comes Smith trying to get back around Gunderson. Dangling that left front donut coming out of 2. They follow each other down the back straightaway. Gunderson slides up a little bit. Here comes Smith trying to cross Mower. We're halfway for your leader, the 20 of Austin Medea, out to almost a 2-second lead over Chris Forsyth. Forsyth has about another second over the 019 of Corey Kerstetter. And then it's another 2 seconds back to the 051 of Spittelmeister. Then you got the 80 of Brian Gunderson and the 34 of Falcon Smith. That is your full field rundown. Just past halfway in heat number 1. Everybody getting pretty well spread out at the moment. your closest battle on the track, as it looks like Gunderson may have had an issue letting Smith get around. So the closest battle on the track is a battle no more. As we watch your leader pick up the Dodgers jacket, we'll follow him around for his final lap. Dangling that left front donut coming out 2, shoots it down the back straightaway one final time. Getting into turn number 3. Runs it right up on that cushion, dangling the donut out of 3 and 4 again. And nobody's surprised, Austin Madeo with the heat win. Second will be Chris Forsyth. Third, Corey Kerstetter. Fourth, Mark Spittelmeister. Fifth goes to Falcon Smith. And then rounding out the field is the 80 of Brian Gunderson. As we go ahead, pull our control car up. We'll go ahead and get these guys lined up for the 3-wide Thunder. Thank you. See all 6 of your drivers working down the back straightaway. Ladies and gentlemen, here they come out of turn number 4. They're 3 wide to tell each and every one of you thank you for the support and views. It's the 3-wide Thunder. Thank you. All right. As we got about 3.5 minutes left, we'll go ahead and let you guys enjoy the sights and sounds of the cars. ladies and gentlemen, just about 20 seconds left remaining in this warm-up. And to no surprise, Austin Medea leads. What is a surprise, though, is how close somebody has gotten to him. Brian Gunderson, less than 1/10 of a second away from Medea's quickest time out there. Only 87 thousandths behind the 20 of Austin Medea. As we go ahead and get ready to line them up for the A main again, 20 laps of feature racing tonight. And starting inside on the front row will be the 20 of Austin Medea out of Pennsylvania. The Texas driver in that 225, that is Chris Forsyth. Also out of Pennsylvania, starting on the inside of the row number 2, will be the 019 of Corey Kerstetter. To his outside, the Wisconsin driver in the number 051, that is Mark Spittlemeister. And on the final row, the 34 of Falcon Smith and the 80 of Brian Gunderson. Once again, these cars are a little bit of a pain to get moving, but they will get them going here. Get them lined up as you see them try to pull hard left when they first start getting on the gas. Starting to see the track get a little bit of shininess to it in the entry of 3 and 4. As they get the 1 to green, caution lights go down around the facility. For the final time under these pace laps. Heading down the back straightaway for the final time under pace laps. See 3 viewers in here right now. How are you guys doing? As pace truck is off and Medea says it's hammer time. Off to a decent jump. Forsyth not letting them get away though, as they work through 1 and 2 onto the back straightaway. Forsyth working a little bit lower. But here comes the 019 at Kerstetter trying to work on the 225 of Forsyth. Kerstetter down low. Forsyth up high as they drag race down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Slide job by Kerstetter. Forsyth trying to cross them over. They make a little bit of contact. They both keep going. As Forsyth now trying to track down the leader. Gunderson worked his way up to 4th now, trying to track down the 019. Little bit of slip of the grip coming out of turn 2. Has to gather it back up. That allows the 34 of Falcon Smith to catch up. Trying to grab some gravity coming out of 2. Can't quite make anything happen yet. As both these guys look like they might be catching your 3rd place car, the 019 of Corey Kerstetter. Up front though, no surprise, Austin Medea starting to run away from this. Run away from the pack. your second place runner, the 225 of Chris Forsythe, with 5 laps down. And then it's the 019 of Corey Kerstetter. Starting to get a little bit of a gap between himself and the 34 now of Falcon Smith. And Brian Gunderson coming home 5th. The 051 and Mark Spittelmeister is out of the race. Not sure what happened to him. As the cars start to fan out, we go back up front with your leader, the 20 of Austin Medea, as he works down the front straightaway for lap number next. Working through 1 and 2 again. Everybody fanned out, about 2 seconds in between everybody. The closest battle on the track is between the 34 and the 80. As Gunderson not letting Smith get away. Looks like both these guys fighting to keep the car underneath them. Gunderson taking it up top, trying to get a run off the high side. Seems to be working for him a little bit, as it looks like he might be catching the 34 of Falcon Smith. As here comes the 20. Working through 3 and 4, coming down to the halfway marker. 10 down, 10 to go for your midget dominator, Medea. Working down the back straightaway once again. Chris Forsythe not really able to do anything with him, just kind of stuck there trying to do the best he can, make sure he doesn't lose a spot to the 019 Corey Kerstetter. Kerstetter trying to track down Forsythe. And then the 34 of Falcon Smith running 4th. 5th is the 80 of Brian Gunderson. So again, none of the positions have changed. As we go back up front with your leader again, you see the track starting to slick off, and it seems to be that is when Medea really finds the speed in these 4 cylinders. As he clicks off another lap. Austin Medea, that last time by, ran a 21.055. Second and third, both 21.337s. Just to give you an idea of how much quicker Medea is than the rest of the field. An average of 0.3 a lap quicker than everybody else out on the track. That time almost half a second quicker. The times are showing that Kerstetter, though, is getting a little bit quicker than Forsythe, so we'll go ahead and watch here, see if he can gain enough ground to maybe be able to catch him. Kerstetter was 0.3 of a second quicker that time than Forsythe. We go back up here to the leader, 3 laps to go. Looks like Forsythe might have found something that time by, as he ends up being quicker than Kerstetter. Popsicle sticks in the air, just 2 laps to go for your leader, Austin Medea. That time by Corey Kerstetter with the fastest lap. But I don't think it's gonna be enough. 1 lap to go. I think the only way Kerstedter's going to be able to get around Forsyth is if Forsyth bobbles here. We'll watch and see if he doesn't come into 3 and 4. Looks like he's got a nice line coming out of 3 and 4. Austin Medea with the win. Second going to go to Chris Forsyth. Third to Corey Kerstetter. Fourth to the 34 of Falcon Smith. And then rounding out the field is the 80 of Brian Gunderson. We go ahead and get these drivers pulled up onto victory lane. And for the third straight race this week, here is another BBR sweep of the podium. As we get all the drivers lined up. We wait for these guys to get into the waiting room here. As I was saying earlier, qualifying was wrapped up. On the Chili Bowl poster that we got last year, roughly 200 signatures. Some of the big names that were on it: Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Sammy Swindell, Brady Bacon signed it, Kaylee Bryson. I mean, most of your KKM camp signed it. But here they are in the waiting room. So we will start off with your winner, the 20 of Austin Medea. Got a copy, Austin?
Yeah, I got you, Jay.
You know, I was telling Chris before the race started, you do realize for you not to drop a win week, you got to lose one of these things.
Yeah, he asked me to start 2 laps down.
You might have still been able to win it. But hey, congratulations on another dominating performance. You definitely have these cars figured out. Walk us through your night, and were there any concerns at all tonight for you?
Yeah, I mean, like I said last night, these cars are really tough to drive on big open tracks, because they don't have the downforce with the wing. So definitely down the front stretch and the back stretch, you were kind of playing with the wheel a lot, trying to keep the thing straight, working on your throttle, and then you couldn't carry too much speed into the turns because then the front wheels would come up and you'd start to bike a little bit, and then if you wanted to get low, because the low line was definitely the faster line here tonight, but you just had to be careful that you weren't going to hit the inside wall.
All right. Well, congratulations. Are we going to see you in the late model or Wednesday night?
Probably not.
All right. So, how do you feel about going into Williams or Lernerville next week?
Lernerville's pretty fun in the midget once the cushion gets built up because you can just ride the cushion all the way around. But I mean, without having a wall there, it gets pretty dangerous. So I like that track just because you can feel the cushion and these cars grab a lot better than any of the other tracks I believe on iRacing. So it's gonna be fun.
All right. Well, let's go ahead. Sponsor shout outs and congratulations on another BBR sweep.
Yeah, shout out to the guys, Chris and Corey, for going 2 and 3 there, having the BBR top 3. But I'd like to thank the guys at Black Bull and Racing, Derek G LLC, Giddings Mobile Repair, Du Bois Welding, W Energy, Nukes Performance, CTFX Design, UJ for doing the broadcast and throwing on the races, and for everybody in race control that helps out.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations on another win, and look forward to seeing the dominance continue next week at Lernerville.
And thanks, Jay.
Yep. All right, that was your winner, the 20 of Austin Medea. Now we go ahead, pull up your second place finisher. That's the 225, Chris Forsyth. Got a copy, Chris?
I got you.
All right, so a second place finish tonight. Pretty strong showing for you. Corey was starting to catch you a little bit there at the end, but I think he'd have needed probably about another 10 laps at the pace he was catching you and the gap you opened up at the beginning of the race. Go ahead, walk us through your night.
Well, I mean, nobody's catching Austin. Not with the drivers we got right now, with the skill we got. Nobody's catching Austin. So it's really a battle between second through fifth. Corey's fast. I was running against him in practice, and he's quick. He's picking it up pretty fast.
All right. So are we going to see you in a late model coming up here in a little bit?
Yeah, I'll try. I think I'll try to destroy that car.
All right.
I'm actually surprised I didn't destroy the midget. I got close to it, but didn't get it.
Yeah, actually had a really good showing. Once again, another BBR sweep. That's the third one this week. So
Yeah.
congratulations to the team there.
Yeah, Williams-Grove's been nice to us.
Yeah, I would definitely say. So how do you feel getting ready to climb into the late model? Doesn't sound like you're too confident.
I'm not confident anytime we race, honestly. I just go in there and do it and hope for the best.
All right. Well, let's go
I
ahead.
think I learned a little bit. The 358s, I think, will translate. And the midget, I think, because you have to let off so much. And talking to Austin prior to that race, he was saying you don't use the brake, and I was trying to use the brake a lot. So I was really just, while I was in second place with Corey behind me, there's a big distance there, and I was just really playing to see if I can understand the car and what to do to get it faster and all that stuff. So it was a good little learning experience. I don't know how it's going to do next week, but it was a good learning experience.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get your sponsors shout outs.
All right, shout out to TRL, of course, and Jay, you putting on the broadcast for the league and running a great league. Go with my teammates, BBR. So you said 3 races in a row we swept the podiums, and that's awesome. We'll go with Derek G, Du Bois Welding, your GMR, Giddings Mobile Repair, Getting Hooked, W, CTFX Designs, Nukes Performance, and DNT Designs.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations, and hopefully we get to talk to you a whole lot more.
I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best in the next race.
All right. Well, good luck for sure, and we will probably talk to you off air.
All right, man.
All right. That was the 225 of Chris Forsyth. And then coming home third, the 19K of Corey Kerstetter. Got a copy, Corey?
Yep, can you hear me?
I sure can. So walk us through your night. Everybody was pretty well spread out, but it looked like you were starting to catch Chris there towards the end. Is there anything you could have done to maybe speed that up?
I don't know. Like, I know if we would have had probably like 5 more laps, I would have been definitely closer because I only finished 0.3 of a second behind him. But I did. I mean, I don't know. Like, this track was really tricky with these midgets. It was hard to figure out what line to run because I don't know what line Austin was running. But what I was doing is I was going into turn 1 and turn 3. I was going in high, and then halfway around the turn, I was cutting down across the track, and then out of 2 and 4, I was cutting down and running right beside the inside wall, and I felt like I was gaining on Chris doing that.
Yeah, it seemed like Austin was pretty well down on the bottom, but I don't think anybody can catch Austin in one of these, at least not that we've seen yet. But
I mean, I can run behind him, like I can get like second and third, but I haven't figured out what to do to get by him though. He's just, anytime we race, he's always, I don't know, I don't even know how far me and Chris finished behind him, but it's probably like, I think it was like 5 seconds or something like that.
I believe so. Yeah, he had one heck of a lead.
But I know in practice, since I've never raced a midget here, my first out of the pits going in, and then I went into turn 3, I think I flipped it because I just didn't realize how much you have to let off in these cars at this type of track. Like, you have to leave off pretty early to get your car set into the turn so you don't like get it to crank completely sideways and lose control of it.
Yeah, they're definitely a different kind of car to drive. Are we going to see you Wednesday night in the 360s at all?
No, I don't race Wednesday nights.
Okay. I was going to see if there was anything you learned tonight that might transfer over to that 360 non-wing, but
I haven't ran the non-wings at all. I know if you guys doing not 360 non-wings next season.
yes, there
Yeah.
that will be the Monday night opener will be the 360 non-wing.
Yeah, I haven't ran. I mean, I've practiced with like 360 and 410 wingless in my own sessions, but I've never actually tried to race with them. But I'm sure they're going to be even more of a handful than what these midgets are, I would assume.
All right. Well, let's go ahead here. Sponsors shout outs. We'll go ahead and get them again as it was a podium sweep, the third one in a row for BBR. So we'll go ahead and hear them all again.
Yep, here they are for the third time. I'd like to thank all the guys over at Black Bullet Racing, Derek G LLC, Giddings Mobile Repair, Du Bois Welding, W Energy, Nukes Performance, and CTFX Designs.
All right. Well, congratulations once again, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you more. You're definitely seeming to find some speed in these midgets here as we cross the halfway mark in the season. So congratulations, and look forward to talking to you more.
All right, thank you, sir, and I thank you guys for putting on this season for us.
All right, absolutely. All right, that was your third place finisher, the 19K at Corey Kerstetter. Now we go ahead and take care of our sponsors and shout outs. We want to thank School of Sim Racing, D&T Designs, Veterans and Warriors One Stop Shop, Diamond Designs, Giddings Mobile Repair, Stevenson Family Performance, and last but not least, Sneed Game Farms. We want to thank all of those guys because without them, these drivers wouldn't be racing for the kind of money that they're racing for this season. So thank you guys very much. And with that, this is Jay Giddings. We're going to be taking just under a 30-minute intermission here. So join us here in about 30 minutes for our limited late model portion of the Monday night program. With that, if you're not going to be back, have a safe night. If you are, we will see you in about half an hour. This is Jay Giddings with Thunder Racing League TV. Take it easy.